Hello everyone and welcome back into the 5-Star News for this Wednesday, May 5th. I'm Kayla Cumbie and let's get you started today with our announcements. We have called this segment What's Up Heritage, and today it's brought to you by 5-Star News reporters Cole Denton, Brandon Frady, and Daniel Fleming. Take it away, guys.
Hello Generals, welcome back to your source of news, aka What's Up Heritage. Let's get to it. There's officially a new mask mandate update. That's right, masks are no longer required. More on that up next. A Heritage High School letterman is a student who has met a specific level of participation and/or performance on a varsity athletic team, marching band, or in academics. HHS awards academic letters to students who perform at the highest level in the classroom and also participate in academic contests, competitions, or extracurricular academic activities. For more information, visit the school website. Heritage High will administer advanced placement AP exams that began yesterday. All exams will be given at Burning Bush Baptist Church. Students report directly to the church and that are not required to come to school after the exam. And now on to our weather forecast. Tuesday should be a 90% chance of rain with a high of 77, low of 62. Wednesday, a 50% chance of rain with a high of 70, low of 48. Thursday, 10% chance of rain with a high of 71, low of 48. Friday, 10% chance of rain with a high of 71, low of 48. Saturday, 10% chance of rain with a high of 79, low of 58. Sunday, 20% chance of rain with a high of 82, low of 64. Monday, a 40% chance of rain with a high of 81 and a low of 63. And now on to our next segment.
To the news now, and if you're not a big fan of change, you've probably had a rough school year. We've certainly been dealt a lot of different hands, so to speak, this year. Starting out with a hybrid schedule, then moving to 4 days a week and 5 days a week. And thankfully, we've been able to handle all of the changes pretty well. And Monday brought a brand new change, not to our schedules, but to the Catoosa County mask mandate. Here's 5-Star News reporters Hunter Livingston, Ethan Kingsley, and Ashley McKeon with more details on this event.
All right, Generals, beginning Monday, I believe it's May 3rd, the mask policy will change for Catoosa County schools. Masks will be strongly recommended in all areas but not required in the school. They will still be required on all school buses. So if you're riding a bus to school, riding home from school, or taking a school trip, masks are required on transportation. That's a federal guideline right now across the entire nation. So please remember, if you are riding a bus, you will still be required to wear a mask until further notice. However, you do not have to wear a mask at school. It's recommended, strongly recommended, but not required.
So how I feel about it is kind of annoying, but at the same time does keep you safe. So I feel like it's necessary if you want to keep a mask on, if you want to be safe, that's good. But I can understand if you don't want to wear a mask.
And I would just like to say thank you guys for following this rule all the way through the school year. You're pretty good at it. You're very respectful when we ask you to pull your mask up. I know it's been hard, but I appreciate you guys paying attention to that, trying to keep everybody safe.
Hopefully everyone will stay healthy. I know I'm definitely cool with it, but I understand if everyone wants to keep on wearing their mask. Moving on now, and our health occupations classes took part in CPR training last week here at Heritage. How did it go? Well, we have Casey Capote and Ben Doneski with more details.
Hey guys, we're just excited to have We Are CPR here this week to teach our classes the basics of CPR, adult, infant. They learn how to use the AED, and that is for my class, Coach Janot's, Miss Cooper's, Vaughn Crane, and it's just good information to know how to save a life.
I'm a team coordinator at We Are CPR. I teach BLS, community CPR, ACLS, advanced cardiac life support, emergency oxygen, all the fun stuff.
I'm Tristan Fogel, and we just got done taking a CPR class, and it was a really good experience. We learned about how to give CPR and mouth-to-mouth and all that stuff with training dummies. It was really cool. It was a really good experience. I think I'd be able to use it.
Thanks for that report, you two. Moving on now, and have y'all noticed the huge smiles on teachers' faces this week? Well, I sure have, and it probably has to do with it being Teacher Appreciation Week. SJ has planned many events and done really cool things for teachers this week. including a lot of food. So Coach Green has been very happy. But we have 5-star news reporters Jacob Hopkins and Tanner Eady with this story.
So it's Teacher Appreciation Week, and it's a big week for SGA. SGA always does a lot of really great activities for our teachers during Teacher Appreciation Week. We started off the week on Monday by putting in letters and personal notes into teachers' boxes that the students wrote last week. We had a thank a teacher table set up. We also had an online form people could fill out. So those were waiting for their teachers when they came into school on Monday. Tuesday, we put candy in boxes just with a little thank you note. And today, on Wednesday, we're going to do an ice cream sundae thing during lunch. So teachers will be able to come up and get some ice cream. Thursday, Beta's doing some stuff, and then Friday we're going to have a teacher appreciation breakfast. There's some other things that are going on this week too that SGA is not sponsoring.
So this week is Teacher Appreciation Week, and I always really like this week because we can give back to all the teachers that have taught us all semester and all year, and we do little fun snacks and breakfasts with them with all the different clubs and organizations that I'm in. And I always get to write a note to Coach Green because he has been my #1 favorite teacher every year, and I've always taken his class. So it's cool to give back to all your teachers, and it's really cool for the students to actually have an opportunity to do that.
Yeah, Teacher Appreciation Week's always awesome here at Heritage. The SGA guys do a great job with a lot of things this week, and one of my most favorite things about it is getting letters from students that just tell me that they like my class and maybe they like something about what I do with them. And I've got 4 or 5 here. Gabe Serrano's one. I've got Michael Holder. I got Sam Mancy.
I love Miss Cloyd because she always helps me get my assignments done, and she's the best American government teacher.
It's always nice to hear from students that you're appreciated, and Grayson Barnett said some really nice things about me that ended up on the student government Twitter page, and it was very kind, and thank you, kiddo.
And our teachers definitely deserve it. Thanks, SGA, for taking care of them this week. Time to get a quick commercial break here on the show, but stick around because our sports segment today is jam-packed, full of state playoff action. Baseball, tennis, and soccer all competing for state titles. Jamison and Tate will get you up to date next in sports.
Hey, I'm Brandon Hamilton.
I'm Ellie Jost.
I am Natalie Sims.
And I'm Alexander Bedwell, and this is how you win a game of force. Step 1 is to get a basketball and a basketball goal.
Step 2 is to find an opponent that you know you can beat.
Step 3 is to know the rules of the game.
It counts.
No, man, you can't shoot twice.
Step 4, make sure you get the first point. If not, you'll be behind the rest of the game.
Step 5, make sure to smack talk your opponent.
You don't want this work?
Step 6, make sure you have a signature shot so you can get those easy points.
Step 7, never lose your lead.
Step 8, you always have to have that flick in your wrist.
Step 9, make sure you end it off with a trick shot so you can rub it in your opponent's face.
Final step, never.
Ever.
Ever.
Play Coach Green because he will beat you.
Welcome to Sports, everyone. I'm Jamison Shook. He's Tate Thomas. We're here to get you caught up on all your general sports action that's ranked 4th in the state of Georgia.
Our girls tennis team made the Final Four. Our baseball and girls soccer team are in the Elite Eight, and we haven't mentioned golf and track yet.
That's right, but first we're going to focus on Beagles boys as they went down to Hampton, Georgia to take on the Hampton Yellow Jackets in the Sweet 16 of the baseball state tournament. And here's Kate Canary with the recap.
Yeah, to recap our round 2 series at Hampton this past week, went down to play them on Monday, and the weather was just it was really iffy and spotty, and it kind of pushed back our game. We were supposed to play at 4, it got pushed back to 5, then it got pushed back to like 7, and we finally got started playing, and the guys did really well. Zach Barrett got us started on the mound with a good performance there, and then the guys supported him offensively, and we were able to get a lead. Unfortunately, kind of got a lightning delay in that game and had to kind of be pulled off in the 5th, and we just kind of basically had to wait it out. Weren't allowed to take the field until about 10:15 that night, so we were trying to get that game completed and trying to get the second game started before 11 o'clock, and just some events happened. They had an injury, and some things occurred that we weren't able to get the second game started. But the guys stayed focused through all the delays and the distractions and everything, and was able to take care of
Game 1 was supposed to start at 4 o'clock. Lightning delays caused it to start around 7. We played half the game. Zach started walking people at the beginning of the game. He got in his groove. He ended up shoving, and we made no errors, hit the ball, played half the game, and then lightning delay for like 2 hours. And then we came back. We're still in our groove, hit the ball well, and got the dub.
Game 2, Tuesday morning, 11 o'clock, to try to beat the weather that was coming. And that game started off really well. Again, senior Kay Canary on the mound for us starts us off really well on the mound, and was able to play the run in the first inning, and then in the second inning we played it 6 more runs to jump out 7-0. And the guys really did a really good job of not coasting in that game and stayed aggressive at the plate, and got more runs for him, and kind of got some distance for us. We played really clean.
Played game 2 on Tuesday after winning the first game on Monday. Needed to win that game to sweep to the Elite Eight, go to Savannah. Team hit the ball really well. Cade pitched a no-hitter through 5 innings before ultimately letting up a bomb, which wasn't that good, but oh well. Defense played great, and now we're going to Savannah on Monday.
Congrats, guys, and now on to girls soccer, as our girls had to travel down to Savannah to take on the Islands in the Elite Eight.
Didn't we just play them in tennis?
Yep.
Okay. Anyways, a win here would place Terry's squad in the Final Four of the GHSA state tournament.
Here's Lane Smart and Cole Price with the answer.
So this week we traveled down to Savannah to play Islands High School in the Elite Eight. It was a good trip. Went down on Monday because we played pretty early on Tuesday. Had a good team meal Monday night in Savannah. That was kind of fun. And then got up Tuesday morning, and it was really hot down there, but played pretty well despite the heat. Played a really good team at Islands. It was a really competitive match. We took the first half, was just kind of battling the heat and getting used to it, and kind of filling out the other team. And didn't get a ton of chances, but it seemed like every time we did get a chance, we kind of kicked it right to the keeper. But second half, we kind of finally wore them down. I think our girls were a little fresher and just battled through the heat better than they did.
And then we went to halftime, and it was scoreless still, and so we knew that we had to pull it together if we wanted to make it past this and go to the Final Four. So around halfway through the second half, Brooke slotted a ball from up top back to Lila. Lila one-tapped it into the top corner of the goal, and it was just an amazing ball, and I'm just glad that we were able to get the first goal because that really secured our place. And then we got another goal kind of the same way. Brooke chipped it across, and Lila was able to get a foot on it, I think, or she headed it in, one of the two. I don't know, but she got the second goal, and that really secured our lead and first place. But in like the final 2 minutes of the game, they ended up scoring a goal, but we were able to hold them off, and so we're able to successfully go to the Final Four.
It was awesome to see the ball go in the net a couple times. Islands did get a goal late with about a minute to go. They punched one in, kind of made it interesting there at the end, but we were able to run the clock out. So a huge win. We get to go to the Final Four. It's the second time in our school history we've been to the Final Four, so very rare. We're not sure who we play yet, but I'm sure it's going to be a tough team, but just excited for the challenge and excited to make the Final Four.
Congrats, ladies. And speaking of ladies, Coach Green took his ladies down to the Final Four of the GHSA State Tournament down in North Oconee, where they would win. They'd be playing in the state championship.
Definitely some uncharted water for our ladies. But you know what, Jameson? They've already made history once.
That's true, but hey, can they do it again? Here's Ryan Heat and Hayden Johnson with a recap.
At 2 singles from North Oconee, Hannah Lurch.
2 singles for Heritage will be Bailey Crystal. All right, the Heritage girls tennis team fell today in the Final Four here at North Oconee High School, but the score was 3-0, and they were really good. They were a little better than us, really across the board except number 2 singles. Morgan played a really tough opponent and got beat 6-0, 6-0, but you might not believe when I tell you Morgan played one of her best matches of the year. That girl was really strong. Bailey had a lead, believe it or not. She was up 6-4 and 3-0, just a couple of games away from winning on one game for us, which would have been awesome, one match. She didn't get to finish. And Mia played awesome at number 3 singles as well. Had an early lead, but lost 6-3, 6-1, I believe. And the doubles, they've been a kind of a work in progress for us all year, but they've picked up their game so much in the last part of the season. They've been really great. They ran into a couple of buzzsaws over there today, too, at North Oconee. But I'm so proud of this team. I'm proud of the way they played today.
North Oconee, I mean, they're a great team. We came out here, we kind of knew, obviously, we're in the Final Four, so we're going to be playing a lot of great team, a lot of great girls out here. You can tell from the way they warm up. I mean, they're just fantastic. Went through all the way doubles, too. They have a full lineup of great girls, and, you know, that's kind of what we were expecting to see.
I came in and I knew it was going to be one of my toughest opponents, at the least. I knew it wasn't going to be easy, and obviously she proved me that. It was tough.
If you had asked me at the first of the year if we were going to get to the Final Four, I would have looked at you like you were crazy. I didn't know that we could win the region, and we didn't win the region. Central Carrollton had a great team, and we were finished runner-up. But we got into that state tournament and just played our tails off and worked hard every day in practice, and it got us here. So we've seen what some of the best tennis in Georgia's like, and now we just got to try to find a way to just get a little bit better. And I can't wait to do it next year. We're going to miss Bailey and Morgan like crazy. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I've got some good girls coming up that are eager to get better, and we're going to try to do that next year.
Congrats on a remarkable run, Coach Green.
Yep, it's definitely well-deserving.
Hey, have you ever heard of the Director's Cup?
Yeah, I believe I have. It's where the GHSA tallies up all the points from all the sports and ranks them among the state. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Where do you think Heritage fell?
Probably about number 1.
Well, how does number 4 sound?
Close enough.
Well, they haven't even calculated our spring sports yet, and here's Lindsay Rogers and Caleb Cumbie with its story.
Generals, just to touch base on the latest release of the rankings of our Director's Cup. So Heritage High School, we were ranked 4th currently in the whole state of Georgia among 4A high schools. So what they do is they take each sport, male and female, and they kind of do a power ranking based on how they finish in each sport for that year.
So Heritage being ranked number 4th in the athletic director standings is a huge honor. It just goes to show you that our student athletes work really hard. It's an honor to be a part of it from the softball standpoint, being state champions again, and I know that the other programs will be just as successful. I'm looking forward to see where we actually end up as our spring student athletes finish up their seasons,
and and get an average rating. And so we are currently, like I said, ranked 4th, which we've been in the top 10 basically every year but one in the last 5-6 years. But we've really had a great year this year so far, and I think that's an just it says a lot about our student athletes, about our coaches, and all the hard work and dedication that they've put into to their craft. So we're very, very happy and proud of that accomplishment, and hopefully our spring sports can finish out strong with soccer and baseball still alive and track coming up, so sectionals. So anyway, it's a very, very exciting time to be a part of our program for sure. So go Generals.
Congrats to all coaches and players.
Especially the stash. MVP. What?
It would be really nice to win that thing one day.
And me and Jameson have a few more stories for you today.
That's right. And this one is especially awesome for everybody. Well, except for seniors. That's because it's intramurals. And let's find out more about these intramurals with Liam Smart and Cole Price. It's going to be very similar to intramurals that you maybe would have in college. We've talked about maybe doing a 3-on-3 basketball league tournament where you play 3-on-3. If we can find some willing participants to try to officiate, that's going to be the big thing because everybody fusses about every call. Talked about doing that. Talked about maybe in the spring after football season's over doing like maybe a 6-on-6 football league, maybe out at the band practice field during lunch. By the way, all this will be at lunch. So.
All right, so there's going to be some leagues next year, and I'm planning on playing on most of them. I mean, I'm going to destroy in basketball. I mean, my three-point jumper, I mean, it's just too cold. Like, no one can stop me. I mean, like, I'm probably going to win it, honestly, but, you know, it'll be fun. It's during lunch, so, yeah.
And we're going to have our annual three-point shootout that we have every year. We'll have that. I'm not sure exactly what time of the year we'll have that, but that's almost a given here at Heritage. It's a three-point shootout. And we'll have a ping pong tournament, maybe a couple of those. It's according to how many people participate in that. So looking to do some fun stuff next year at lunch. So just keep your ears and eyes open, and we'll be having announcements and whatnot about the different sports coming up.
I'm really excited about the sports league during lunch next year. I'm pretty sure I could beat anybody in ping pong, and I'm also excited about the kickball too.
I hope that works out for you guys, and honestly, I'd love to be doing some of that.
But something you're not going to love is this week's edition of Sports Trivia.
That's right. And Carson, what does this week feature?
Championship showdown between Jameson and Coach Green.
Oh, okay. Hey, Cameron, why is Tater not in this one?
He's just not good.
Well, whatever. It doesn't matter. Here's these guys and Jameson Shook in this week's edition of Sports Trivia.
Oh, yeah. Love song for the sneakerheads.
FTC.
Why not?
Boss is one.
Let me get a
heat check. Can I get a heat check? Heat check. Let me get a.
About 250.
All right, back now. We got another tiebreaker for back-to-back weeks here with defending champ Coach Green and two-time champ Jameson Shook. So here we are. The rules are I announce the questions. After I announce the questions, you grab the ball, and whoever says the answer, and if you say the answer right, you get the point. All right, for the first question, are y'all ready? You grab the ball.
We don't raise our hand.
No, grab the ball. The first Super Bowl was played between which two teams and who won?
Kansas City Chiefs and the Green Bay Packers.
Who won?
Green Bay Packers.
All right, you got that one right. 1-0, Coach Green. If
ball game.
The second question, if he gets this one right, it is over. What high school did LeBron James attend?
I don't know. Yeah, you win.
10 seconds.
Marion.
What? Wait, what? Put it back. Put the ball back.
There's one more that goes
you gotta
before
put it back. You gotta put it back.
Put it back.
You gotta put the ball back.
I gotta grab it.
St. Marion.
No! This question was made by Tate Thomas. It was put forth by Tate Thomas. He's a big Creighton fan, if y'all didn't know. Okay.
Oh, no.
What was the birthplace of college football?
Was it Canton? It wasn't Canton, was it?
He's a big fan of Creighton. I think they're in the state of Nebraska. I'm going to say the state of Nebraska.
No. Well, Coach Green wins it then.
Let's go.
1-0 after he gets the first question right. That'll be it for this week. All right, back now. 7-time champ now. Takes down Jameson pretty easily in a tiebreaker, if you ask me. How do you feel?
Yeah, shut him out 1-0. I mean, that's all I had to have was one. I have to give you credit. Those were questions that didn't really come right off the tip of my tongue. I gave him a chance on the LeBron James because I'm not a big LeBron James fan. In fact, I can't stand him. So, yeah, you had a chance there. And the birthplace of college football, I mean, if it's not Tuscaloosa, Alabama, then I don't really know what it is.
All right, Jameson, you got anything you would like to say before next week?
That's what we thought.
Florida State, national champions 2022.
All right, we'll be back next week with a new edition.
Thanks for sports, you two. Our spring sports are on fire right now. Moving back into the news now, and we have our second installment of HHS Special Talents. Did you make the list this week? Well, we have our 5-star host, Alex, with this new event.
Do you have a special talent? Whoa, just got this ball. I guess that could be my special talent. But I'm sure you have a special talent too. So why don't you come tell us, and we'll record you, ask you questions, and see just how special you are.
My name's Gabe Shepard, and this is my talent. Alright, so normally how this goes is you start with a circle. Everyone will tell you that. And then you start with a line, and usually people put another line here. Typically, I don't do that. And usually you'll have a reference for these sorts of things. I'm not really looking at a reference right now, which will really mess you up, and you won't get the proportions quite right if you're not looking at a reference. But I'm confident in my ability to do at least this tiny little thing. There's a lot of erasing involved. There's a lot of redrawing lines in places like you don't even need to erase. You just need to reposition lines, and you can just erase it later. You don't want to have it look pretty right off the bat, because it's not going to look pretty right off the bat. You do that after you have the basic shape of what you're trying to draw down. There's a lot of different styles. There's a very common style going around. It's kind of a fad in the art world right now. And most people will try to start with that and then move on with their own different style. I'm trying to develop my own style here, but I don't think right now I'm not doing so good of a job at it, but I'm still learning, like everybody is. As they say, the master is an eternal student. And there you go.
And that was Gabe Shepard with Special Talents. Remember, if you have a special talent, come by the Audiovisual Tech Room and we can interview you. And tune in next time.
Pretty good stuff, Alex. Keep showcasing our school's talent. And finally, we have the two very talented comedians coming your way next here on the show. They're affectionately known as Stove Daddy and Hilltop. Here's this week's version of the Jokesters.
What up, big ballers? It's your boy Stove Daddy with
Hilltop.
And we're back with a new edition of the Jokesters. We're going to be telling some great jokes. Stay tuned.
Alright, I'm back with Dylan for the first joke. Hey, Dylan. Yeah. What do you call a bear with no teeth?
What do you got?
A gummy bear.
All right, I'm with Jamie for the second joke. What do you call a dinosaur with a good vocabulary?
I don't know. What do you call it?
A thesaurus.
Ha, that's funny.
Alright, I'm with Andrew for the third joke. Andrew, what do you call a cow in an earthquake?
I don't know.
A milkshake.
Ha ha. All right, for the last joke. What is an acid with an attitude?
I don't know.
Amino acid.
And with that, that'll do it for this Wednesday edition of the 5-Star News. We will see you Friday with a brand new report. But until then, stay classy, Heritage.